Now you guys are supporting Enter Shikari on the UK leg of the tour. Is it nice to be able to, to be a support band once in a while and like flex your muscles and not always be headlining?
Yeah, I really like doing support tours because it's just trying to expand your name and not playing to the same people. So I don't know. I think it's
harder.
I think it's easier.
Really?
Yeah, it's
less
easier because
responsibility.
Right. There's much less responsibility.
Right.
It's just like you don't. You
don't worry about how the shows do.
Yeah, you don't worry about the shows and stuff, but I definitely think it's harder in the fact that you're trying to actually win people over as opposed to playing in front of people that like your music.
So you have to be like in a different state of mind.
Yeah, I just think you kind of got to be like, all right, we really got to get these people into the music. We really got to try harder,
Is that pretty hard sometimes when people just stand there and look at you? And
It's frustrating.
It's frustrating,
because you
definitely.
can't go out there and be like,
Yeah.
please do this, but you just have to try your best, and they still look at you like you're dumb. And
the other day, Mike decided to yell at people because they weren't moving, and he said something like, "This is metalcore, not a Bruce Springsteen concert."
And it actually
kind of worked. It was awesome.
Because certainly it is quite different to Enter Shikari, certainly their new album anyway. But, do you think your fans are fans of Enter Shikari or vice versa?
Honestly, it might sound weird, but I was surprised at the amount of people that don't know who we are, to be honest, just because everyone here knows every word to Shikari. And I mean, I would consider ourselves kind of in the same genre, at least in the same general area as far as music goes. But the kids, you can tell when the kids didn't know you, but they still liked your set, because at the beginning they just stare at you like, come on, hurry up, and at the end they're like cheering and pumping their fists and stuff, and that's definitely cool. I don't know how our fans really feel about Shikari in the States.
Yeah, it's definitely weird though, because the first day I was surprised that there were people that knew us, like as many that did know us, but at the same time, like he said, it's weird that there are people that don't know us at all, because it's like night and day. There's like the people that do know us, you can tell because they're singing every word, every song, and there's the people that don't know us at all that are Shikari fans that just straight up don't know a single word and are so confused the entire time, and they're just like, but then eventually they'll like get into it and like start to,
which is cool because
jam
that's
out.
why we do support
because you can pretty much see within the time span of one show people actually converting into someone that actually is starting to like the music.
That's all right.
It's pretty cool.
And just talking about your new album, Roots Above and Branches Below. The first thing I noticed was like a lot more keyboards and the orchestra samples and kind of a more epic feel to it. Is that something you want to more like develop in future albums? Maybe go a bit bigger and.
Yeah, I mean, we always have to grow somehow, and it's in the past albums we've said, oh, we want to be heavier, we want to be more melodic, and I mean, you can only get so heavy, I'd say, and still keep the same general sound and feel. So the orchestral stuff and the synthy stuff, we pretty much have like no boundaries with. We can do whatever we want, and our producer for that album and the guy that's recorded everything really helps with like creating just the wall of sound and just like the huge synthy parts. And I personally just discovered dubstep over here, and I really like how it's a different kind of heaviness, I feel like. And I've never really been into any sort of like trancey type stuff or like drum and bass, but it'd be nice to keep the orchestral feel on like newer stuff, because I mean we're already writing for another album, and I don't know, maybe explore like the whole electronic feel as well as like orchestra.
Like Pendulum stuff.
Yeah, I love Pendulum. It'd be awesome to like mix both, have like a few songs that are more orchestral and then a few songs that are more
like industrial
dubstep,
or something
like, and then like a few songs that are both maybe, obviously.
Because I mean, in the past, our thing has pretty much just been, I would say we're kind of like a metal band with like orchestra stuff, like real like violins, horns, and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Those kind of sounds, and we we've dabbled in the electronic stuff, but I'd like to explore it further with new stuff.
Fair enough.
I think one of my favorite parts electronically on Plagues was in the song "Don't Ding a Trance," where it's like the really trancey thing at the end. I wish we'd do more stuff.
Shikari
like that.
just does the whole trance thing so well. And
They do.
I want
Very well.
to try to do it, not cheesy but smart.
It's totally different over here as compared to the States because, like, if it's like, I don't know, if trance over in the States isn't very deep in the scene, you know, like there's nothing like, there's hardly any of it, you know. So coming over here, there's a lot of acts that do it very intelligently and everything and do it really well. So it'd be cool to incorporate.
Like in the States, the biggest trancey hardcore band thing you get is like a little kid with a friggin' keyboard that goes to a preset, plays it over a breakdown. So I want to try, because the whole dubstep thing and like Pendulum, they do it and it's good. It's like smart and it's intelligently done and it's tasteful. And I want to try to figure out how to morph that into metal. So
we'll see how it goes in the new album then.
yeah.
Certainly my favourite song off the new album is Loud and Thunder. Like, did that just come about organically, or was it like, you know, we've got 10 fast and heavy songs, we probably need a ballad at some point? Maybe?
It literally was, I said I want a song that moves. I had the idea for the song, and I told the rest of the guys the idea, and I actually wasn't even in the studio for the entire creation of that song. I mean, I talked to, you know, everybody involved with writing that song, and told them how I wanted it to come out, threw out some ideas, and we talked about it and refined the idea a little bit. And so it wasn't like we've run out of songs, we want this. It was something that we definitely set out with the intention of making kind of a ballad, but originally the song was supposed to be, I wanted it to be like an entire movement, like a movie score. It doesn't really ever repeat itself, but when you're putting it on an album with all songs that have structure, that's kind of it didn't really work out that way. Obviously, it ended up with chorus verse, but it just started with an idea and just kind of morphed into what it was. And
Fair enough.
yeah.
I think maybe you guys and Cheerdos are in competition to see who can have the most bizarre song titles. Does the whole band just sit around a table and maybe get drunk and then just throw out some ideas? Is that how it normally works?
We literally just think of the stupidest stuff we can.
Pretty much the idea. Well, I remember when we were, the biggest example I can give is when we were finished with Plagues completely, and we were in the van and we had already turned in the CD, and then I guess we just forgot or something to name the songs, and we always called them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I remember Craig caught us up and goes, "Okay, I got the master. What's the name of the songs?" And we all just sat there and we were like, Mike pulls out his little book and he's like, "All right, let's get some names." And we like went through and just named a bunch of stupid stuff.
A lot of them are
ended up-
inside jokes.
Yeah, a lot of them are inside jokes, which
Yeah, I think the same with Cheerdos. Like they all.
yeah.
And with Roots Above, that a lot of those are named after our crew members.
Yeah.
That a lot of people don't really know. Like Ben has a kid. Ben is our sound guy. He has a child. So we named the song Ben Has a Kid.
And then we have the song called "Give Me Half" because our tour manager will always walk around and go, "Ooh, that looks good. Give me half." So
Who's the assistant? Who's the assistant to the regional manager?
That would be Dwight Schrute. He's our guitar tech. No, I'm just kidding.
It's
It's from a show called The Office. If for those of
you guys have the UK office.
Yeah.
I doubt. Actually, does one of the characters in the UK office, is he like?
It's Dwight. I don't know if
Is
he's
it the
referred
same?
to as assistant to the regional manager though.
I haven't seen the US version of it.
Basically, if we were to explain it, it's in The Office. There's the head guy, and then there's Dwight,
Condescending crowd tonight.
who really wants to be head honcho, and he always like, "Oh, I'm assistant regional manager," and everyone always corrects him, assistant to the regional
enough.
manager. So, yeah.
Alright. Obviously heavy metal is one of those genres that some people can take way too seriously at times, and you know they can base